Brian Harman endured a disastrous collapse at the 2026 Truist Championship, etching his name into one of the most unwanted records in professional golf history. What began as a promising round at the demanding Quail Hollow Club quickly unraveled on the infamous Green Mile, the brutal closing stretch of holes that has humbled some of the biggest names in the sport. For much of Thursday's opening round, Harman looked completely in control. Starting on the back nine, the former Open champion showcased the precision and calm demeanor that have made him one of the PGA Tour's most consistent competitors over the last few seasons. Through the first 8 holes, he was playing some excellent golf, carefully navigating Quail Hollow's difficult layout while building momentum on the leaderboard. Everything appeared to be falling into place for the left-hander. Harman carded 3 straight birdies on the 13th, 14th, and 15th holes, moving to 3 under par and positioning himself among the early contenders. His iron play looked sharp, his putting was steady, and he seemed poised to capitalize on a strong opening round at one of the tour's toughest venues. But then came the 18th hole. The final hole of Quail Hollow's notorious Green Mile has ruined countless rounds over the years, and on Thursday it added another painful chapter to Harman's career. Standing on the tee box of the demanding 491-yard par 4, Harman attempted to shape a drive down the narrow fairway. Instead, disaster struck almost immediately. His tee shot drifted dangerously left before splashing into the water hazard, leaving both the gallery and commentators stunned. The mistake not only derailed his momentum but also placed him into an unfortunate statistical category that no golfer once associated with their name. According to golf reporter Adam Schupak of Golfweek, the errant drive marked Harman's 18th career water ball on Quail Hollow's Green Mile, holes 16, 17, and 18, since 2003. That total allowed him to surpass Phil Mickelson for the most balls hit into the water on that notorious 3-hole stretch. It is a record that speaks volumes about just how punishing the Green Mile can be, even for elite professionals. For decades, Quail Hollow's closing stretch has developed a fearsome reputation among players and fans alike. The combination of narrow landing areas, intimidating water hazards, thick rough, and relentless pressure creates one of the toughest finishes in professional golf. Even major champions have struggled to survive it. Mickelson himself became closely associated with Green Mile collapses throughout his career. Despite often playing excellent golf across the rest of the course, the 6-time major champion repeatedly found trouble on the closing holes. His aggressive playing style frequently led to dramatic mistakes, especially around the waterline finishing hole. Now Harman has overtaken him in the record books for all the wrong reasons. After finding the water, Harman was forced to take a penalty drop in the left rough approximately 200 yards from the pin. From there, the situation only worsened. He still needed 4 more strokes to complete the hole, eventually walking away with a crushing double bogey. In just a matter of minutes, his round transformed completely. Instead of sitting comfortably near the top of the leaderboard at 3 under, Harman suddenly dropped back to 1 under par. The emotional blow appeared evident as he walked off the 18th green. A round that once promised excitement and momentum had turned into frustration and damage control. Unfortunately for Harman, the nightmare was only beginning. Making the turn onto the front nine, he hoped to stabilize things and recover from the costly double bogey. However, the momentum swing carried directly into the first hole, where another major mistake compounded his misery. On the lengthy 495-yard par 4 opening hole, Harman sprayed his drive into a heavily wooded area to the right side of the fairway. Instead of a routine approach shot into the green, he suddenly found himself trapped among dense trees with no clear path toward the hole. What followed was an ugly sequence rarely seen from a player of Harman's caliber. Forced to chip out repeatedly, Harman spent several strokes simply trying to escape the forest-like rough and tree coverage. Rather than attacking the green, he was reduced to playing cautious wedge shots sideways and backward just to regain position. The frustration on his face told the story. Each recovery attempt seemed to create another challenge, and the hole spiraled out of control quickly. By the time he finally emerged from trouble and reached the putting surface, the damage had already been done. When the score was finalized, Harman had slipped to 2 over par overall. The collapse was shocking considering how well he had played only moments earlier. Through 15 holes, he looked like a genuine contender capable of posting one of the best rounds of the day. Instead, a disastrous closing stretch completely changed the narrative of his opening round. Golf's mental side can be brutally unforgiving, and Harman's experience Thursday perfectly illustrated how quickly momentum can disappear at the highest level. One poor swing at Quail Hollow can rapidly escalate into multiple dropped shots, especially on a course designed to punish even the slightest mistake. For Harman, the timing of the collapse made the situation even more painful. The 39-year-old entered the Truist Championship seeking consistency and confidence against one of the PGA Tour's strongest fields. A hot start could have provided exactly that. Instead, he found himself answering questions about an unwanted record. Still, there is a reason professional golfers emphasize resilience above almost everything else. A single disastrous round or hole does not define an entire tournament, and Harman has built a reputation throughout his career as a gritty competitor capable of bouncing back from adversity. His victory at the 2023 Open Championship demonstrated precisely that toughness. At Royal Liverpool, Harman handled immense pressure and difficult conditions better than nearly every player in the field. That composure remains one of his greatest strengths. Yet Quail Hollow has clearly proven to be a difficult challenge for him over the years. The green mile in particular continues to expose vulnerabilities in even the best players. The closing stretch has produced countless dramatic moments in PGA Tour history, often determining tournaments in brutal fashion. Water hazards lurk everywhere, nerves intensify late in rounds, and aggressive shots can backfire instantly. Harman's latest mistake simply added another painful moment to that history. Meanwhile, golf fans online reacted quickly to the bizarre statistic linking Harman and Mickelson. Many expressed disbelief that two elite professionals could accumulate so many water balls on just 3 holes, while others pointed out how uniquely difficult Quail Hollow's finish truly is. Some fans even joked that surpassing Mickelson in such a category might be one of the least desirable records imaginable. Despite the disappointment, Harman still has time to recover during the remainder of the tournament. PGA Tour events often swing dramatically from round to round, and one strong performance can erase the memory of an earlier collapse. However, Thursday's finish will likely linger in his mind for some time. Few players want to be remembered for repeated mistakes on a specific stretch of holes, especially when those errors become part of golf history. Unfortunately for Harman, his latest water ball ensured that his name is now permanently attached to one of Quail Hollow's strangest records. For Mickelson, the statistic serves as another reminder of his complicated relationship with the green mile. Despite his legendary career and extraordinary success worldwide, even lefties struggled repeatedly with Quail Hollow's demanding finish. Now Harman stands alone atop that unfortunate leaderboard. Golf can often be cruel in ways few other sports can match. A player may execute dozens of excellent shots throughout a round, only for one or two mistakes to overshadow everything else. Harman experienced exactly that reality during the opening round of the Truist Championship. For 8 holes, he looked calm, sharp, and dangerous. Then the green mouse struck again.